Hello, and welcome back. Today we have, playing through my PlayStation 1 collection, number 1, Tekken. Tekken is an arcade fighting game released in 1994, and was ported to the PlayStation 1 the following year in 1995. Developed and published by Namco, Tekken has the same basic premise of any one-on-one fighter: deplete your opponent's health before your own. While the game itself doesn't have any opening story, the game manual does provide some background information that I will read directly from it. A worldwide martial arts tournament is nearing its final, with a large purse of prize money to the fighter who can defeat Heihachi Mishima. The contest is sponsored by the giant financial group, the Mishima Zaibatsu. There are 8 fighters that remain after winning death matches all over the world. The winner of the tournament will receive the title of the King of the Iron Fist, who will be the one to defeat Mishima and take home the prize money and fame. Tekken only has 2 basic game modes, arcade and 2-player. Arcade mode sees the player take on 7 random opponents with increasing difficulty. They then take on a sub-boss that is unique to each character, followed by the final battle against Heihachi. Defeating Heihachi will unlock the previous sub-boss and play a unique victory cutscene, but Kazuya's is considered canon. The default difficulty is normal, with 2 out of 3 rounds needed for victory. This can be changed in test mode, which is essentially just the options menu. If defeated in battle, you can continue as many times as needed to win, but a final score is ranked based on your final time. The battles take place across 11 unique stages. There are 8 starting fighters, each with the same basic controls, but a unique moveset, special attacks, and combos. Each of the 4 basic buttons represents a different limb used for attack. One controls each of the left and right arms, and the left and right legs for attacking. Each player also has the ability to grab, block, jump, dash, and dodge. The sub-bosses don't have unique movesets, as their entire move list is just a clone of another character. Additionally, the sub-boss character unlocks do not have their own unique endings, but I did look up some background information for some more context. The game manual provides background details for each of the 8 starting fighters, which I'll read now. Kazuya Mishima, cold-blooded son of a distinguished family, oldest son of Heihachi Mishima, head of Mishima Zaibatsu, sponsor of the tournament. His participation in this tournament is for the purpose of causing a world-scale coup d'etat after causing the death of his father. The scar on his chest was caused by his father's dropping him into a trench at the age of 5. The manual also provides some fun details, such as each character's likes and hobbies, which for Kazuya are collecting sneakers. It also gives some examples of special moves. The list is not complete, as all moves must be figured out on your own. Completing arcade mode with Kazuya unlocks Li Xiaolon. Li is Heihachi's adopted son and Kazuya's rival. From a young age, the same imperialistic teachings that were hammered into Kazuya were also hammered into him. These teachings drove him to master martial arts. He is feared and known as the Silver-Haired Devil. The ending shows Kazuya throwing his father off the same trench he was as a child, to bring his revenge full circle. Paul Phoenix. He is a hot-blooded American hand-to-hand fighter who likes training and knows martial arts. He previously fought Kazuya to a draw and unilaterally considers him to be his rival. He considers his true self to be there all the more when he is fighting, and he is taking part in this tournament to look for stronger opponents. Completing arcade mode with Paul unlocks Kuma. Kuma is Heihachi's pet, and it has been raised to be his vigilant watchdog. Kuma is no ordinary bear. Trained in the art of fighting, it is also Heihachi's sparring partner. King, a mysterious masked wrestler. He is an outstanding young man who usually takes care of orphans. However, once he puts on his mask, he turns into an extremely strong masked wrestler who cannot be stopped by anybody. He is taking part in the tournament in order to get funds to found an orphanage. In the past, he was an orphan himself and was taken in by a friendly family. Completing arcade mode with King unlocks Armor King. Armor King is a rival from a time when King was just a rookie. King accidentally crushed one of Armor King's eyes during a match some time ago. He has joined the tournament to destroy King and take control of the wrestling world. Nina Williams, a silent assassin. She learned assassination techniques from her father and those of Aikido for self-protection from her mother. Therefore, she has an outstanding fighting sense. She was sent to assassinate Heihachi, the sponsor of the tournament, but her real intentions are not clear. Completing arcade mode with Nina unlocks Anna Williams. Anna is Nina's younger sister. Since childhood, both Nina and Anna have learned assassin techniques from their father, but he only showered Nina with affection. Unlike her sister, Anna desired an ordinary life, which her father never forgave her for. She envies Nina and grows tired of waiting for her time of revenge. Jack, a super slaughtering military machine and super killing robot developed by the former Soviet Union. The Russian military got wind of Kazuya's world coup d'etat plans right away and sent Jack to the tournament to get rid of him. Nothing but a robot could boast of his violent attacks and stupendous power. Completing arcade mode with Jack unlocks Prototype Jack. Prototype Jack is the experimental version of Jack developed by Russia. Its overall balance is bad, but even so, it possesses a power that far exceeds Jack's own. Heihachi has entered Prototype Jack in the tournament to confront Jack. Martial Law. He works in a Chinatown restaurant in San Francisco, while dreaming of opening his own martial arts school. He is a master of martial arts. He is taking part in this tournament to open his own school with the prize money and at the same time to make himself world famous. Completing arcade mode with Law unlocks Wong. Wong, a kind-hearted individual who sympathizes with his fellow countrymen, is the head of the overseas Chinese merchants. He was a close friend of Kazuya's deceased grandfather. He is under Heihachi's influence but doesn't feel comfortable with Heihachi's conduct. Michelle Chang. This wandering fighter is the daughter of a Native American woman and a Hong Kong man sent by Heihachi to find an ancient treasure on Native American land. Eventually, on her 18th birthday, she heard from her mother that her father had been killed by Heihachi's men. She is taking part in the tournament to take revenge on Mishima. Completing arcade mode with Michelle unlocks Kunimitsu. Kunimitsu is a former member of the Manji group. She was denounced from the group by Yoshimitsu when she stole for her own personal interests. Even after her expulsion, she pursued working as a thief and enters the tournament with her sights set on the Native American treasure Heihachi has pillaged. Yoshimitsu, a ninja from space, also head of the World Theft Ring, the Manji Group. The Manji Group steals only from people who profit from dishonest activities. They are a group of Robin Hoods who return things to poor people. While taking part in the tournament, with himself as a decoy, his purpose is to have his subordinates steal the operating funds of the tournament. Completing arcade mode with Yoshimitsu unlocks Ganryu. Ganryu was the youngest sumo wrestler in the history of the sport, but his unacceptable behavior outside the ring failed to uphold the dignity of the sumo world, and he was not promoted to the role of Yokozuna. He separated from the sumo world and entered a world quite the opposite. Arcade mode can also be completed with each of the newly unlocked characters, but unfortunately, they do not have their own unique endings. Also available to unlock is Heihachi, but this is very difficult. Arcade mode must be completed with one of the original 8 fighters, without losing a round, and in less than 5 minutes and 30 seconds. This is best done on easy mode, which isn't really that easy, and with 1-round fights for the fastest times. This for me took hours of practice, but was well worth it in the end. Also available to unlock is Devil Kazuya, but this is merely an alternate costume for Kazuya and doesn't have any unique moves. This is unlocked from completing the Galaga loading screen by getting a perfect score for all 8 levels and only continuing once. This will really test your Galaga skill, but with enough repetition and memorization of the patterns can be completed. The only other game mode available in Tekken is 2-player mode, which is just a basic arcade battle between two local players and is a ton of fun to compete against your friends or family. Overall, Tekken is a great building block for the series and is one of the best early PS1 fighters. While it is not the most complex or smooth fighter in the PlayStation 1 era, it laid the foundation for things to come. Some of the moves, especially the 10-hit combos, were quite difficult to pull off, but there was enough variation and special moves to keep things fresh, and with 17 total fighters to choose from, there was a lot of choice. The gameplay is simple and sluggish at times, especially compared to the later, more polished entries, but it is definitely still worth playing, especially if you grew up playing the PlayStation 1 Tekken games. This will bring you right back to childhood with some nostalgic fun. If you're a more modern fan of the Tekken series, this is also worth checking out, since this is the game that started it all. I recommend this game for any fan of fighting games, as this is an iconic classic that started the Tekken series that still goes strong today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time for playing through my PlayStation 1 collection, number 2.